looking for a better way. Oh, yeah. Looking for a better way to this apartment. Oh, yeah. Party cheers to you from the Utica Club right here in downtown Buffalo. Sunny day out there. Take that in. Not snowing. Yeah. I can dig that. How about this? Can you dig this? KGB, ooh. Spying on some rock and roll with the KGB. All right, talk about them in a minute, right, Colton? Yeah, he's all over today. A little fired up. He's ready for spring. He's ready for a move into a new house. Can you dig it? Yeah, I'll be digging that. All right. I was looking back at old videos. One of the videos that I made, probably 3 years ago. I've been at this 4 years now. Can you believe it? And that was my room tour at our old place in Metro West section of Boston. Yeah, it was quite something. So I put that room together literally in a weekend. So I'm like, I can do this again real quick. And it's going to be great because the new place we're going to get, we'll have a bigger room. I'm hoping that I had in Massachusetts to put all my stuff. So yeah, anyway, I keep buying records. So today, I thought I'd show some recent finds from, where else but right there, right? Bam! Revolver Records right here in Buffalo. A location near you, a location near me, right? 3 locations in Buffalo, in fact. Colton, God, he is not shy today, right? So, here, bud. Jesus. Get over here, man. All right. So, anyway, I was at Revolver Records last weekend. Got some recent finds, but what I thought I might do first, I had an idea for a thread. Yeah, so I thought, as I've been in the apartment, we've been buying records here since last fall, since we moved, and it's like, hey, how about a quick thread, like 3 recent finds that you picked up and you can't stop playing. You don't get sick of them, you play them over and over again. Eventually you're probably gonna get sick of them, but I just thought, hey, some of these, I'll kind of pinpoint when I bought them, and I don't keep a log like Steve over at all. I almost said all the world's a stage. A is for Alice, B is for Bob. He keeps his spreadsheet of everything he listens to. I'll leave that stuff for work. Spreadsheets and stuff. Yeah, this is the Utica Club, and this meeting is in session. So how about this? I got this. This was over the holidays, around Christmas. Treated myself to this. It wasn't a bad price, actually. Embryonic Robot. He says he sees the Brian Jonestown Massacre records are always expensive. This was $30, brand new, of course. And this was a re-release from, what year on this? 2011. Original release on this one from 1996 from San Francisco, California. The Brian Jonestown Massacre, right? So anyway, they didn't do any massacre, but they made a lot of great music, right? So anyway, here they are. Let's see on the inside here. So kind of a riff on their Satanic Majesty's Request, the Rolling Stones album. They're calling this one, it's the second request, right? Anton Newcomb, the mastermind behind this band, multi-instrumentalist. There's the late, great Brian Jones, their namesake right there, Brian Jonestown Massacre, right? So anyway, Anton Newcomb, real strange cat, neo-hippie, neo-psychedelic dude, but makes a lot of great music. Loves his sitar, man, and there's a lot of that going on this. Probably the big one on here that it's college radio. I say big one. Track on here called Eninome. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Kicking off side 3, record 2. Real cool shots of the band on the inside. And there's my maracas girl. So speaking of setting up my new room, I think I said that the last time I showed this when I bought it. I can't wait to get my maracas out because found a cool music teacher here that teaches maracas. I'm already at a pretty PhD level with my maracas, senior level musician, but I can always use a little brush up because I haven't had my maracas around to play them since we left Massachusetts, right? God, it makes me sad, right? Someday. You know when? At the party in July, I'm going to break those things out. I have 2 sets. They're amazing. Yeah, one set, my parents, that's when I started fucking around with those things. they went to Jamaica, and this was like the late 70s. I didn't go. I remember I had to stay with my grandparents. My parents had to get away, and they came back, and my dad's like, here's these maracas. And I drove everybody nuts because I'd be walking around the house. I think my dad took them at one point and hid them because he was tired of it. But then I found them, so Wasmo Nariz. So I was in Revolver, and like I pulled out my phone, allmusic.com. I thought this looks interesting, and it was like $5-6. You know, these new wave guys. Instead of skinny ties at the time, because they're like new wave, this guy chose to wear 2 wide ties. He's the lead singer here. I don't know what his name is. Wasmo. What are the vocals? Jeff Boynton. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not very good. The description on allmusic.com was like Brian Ferry with Oingo Boingo, only a really quirky Brian Ferry. Yeah, that's not a good mix. Brian Ferry and Oingo Boingo. If you know Oingo Boingo, I thought, hey, it might be kind of fun. It is not. It's like ketchup and eggs, agree or disagree. It's like some things just don't go together, right? Peanut butter and jam, bam, right? This is not that. So anyway, this is going to go, I'm starting a couple of piles. You should know, those that are coming to the party, of stuff that I don't really like, but I think you might like. So that's going in the embryonic robot pile. Because, yeah, he's kind of quirky, and there's no gluten in that record. So I know he'll be all over it. And maybe that'll fit in the embryonic collection. So what we were listening to at the beginning, I guess you call it. Yeah, it's the start, the beginning, whatever. KGB right there. This is a super group featuring Carmen of Peace, of course, from Vanilla Fudge, the drummer, and later of Cactus. 2 excellent bands. I was texting with Anthony Gambler 812 the other day. He was recent discovery. He had discovered Vanilla Fudge. And this is just like another project. These guys, the other guys on this record, other than Barry Goldberg shows up on keyboards of all people. There he is right there, a friend of Mike Bloomfield. He was more of a traditional blues rock guy, but here he is doing this. Chicago blues style, but this is really great. The lead singer, it's this guy by the name of Ray Kennedy, man. He looks like he's seen a few surfboards, a few parties. There they are jumping around. There's Ray again on the back. Nice pantsuit. I'm thinking of getting that in my spring fashion collection. It may be too late to get my designing team on that design and get those on the assembly line. But if they can do it, I'll be wearing that to work on Monday. That's a tough deadline, but we'll see what we can do. People get working on it. Get working on that jumpsuit. I want to look like this Ray Kennedy guy, right? I love it. One more photo of that, right? The rest of the band look underdressed compared to Ray. So anyway, track we heard there was Looking for a Better Way. That's just one slice of this pie. It's great. It's kind of all over. It's a little funky at points because all of these other people, they're in this band. Ben Schultz, Greg Sutton, and there's Carmen of Peace right there. Great drummer. And, of course, Barry Goldberg. But I didn't know these other 3 dudes, Greg Sutton, Ray Kennedy, and Ben Schultz, but they're great musicians. And, solid rhythm section on that album, too. So that was a really good recent find. Well, it was recent, like last Saturday. Yeah. The late, great lounge lizard himself, Sergio Mendes, died last September. The guy was pushing 90. Sergio Mendes in Brazil, 66. If you like that lounge lizard stuff, he did a lot of it in the late 60s into the early 70s, kind of went a little disco. And of all times, he comes into the mid-80s with this 12-inch single here, and it's called Non-Stop. And it actually does stop. It's only about 6 minutes, this remix. At points, I wished it would stop because it's not very good, but this was $2. And I just saw Sergio Mendes. I thought it'd be cool. It's like Sergio Mendes 1970 meets Sergio Mendes 1985, and he tries to be current, and it's all the synthy stuff, and it doesn't really work. So I don't know whose pile that's going into, but anyway, I'm not keeping it. Yeah, surprisingly here, this was produced by Sergio Mendes, and of all people, Peter Wolf. That's very interesting. Just noticed that right now. So anyway, Sergio, I'm going to put him over there for now. This was a really interesting find here. So this is a band called Texas. Yes. So these guys, I've jumped the gun here, man. I was going to show, let's back up a minute, people. Brian Jonestown Massacre, one of 3 records I have listened to a lot lately that I acquired. And let's finish that thread first, right? Roseanne Cash, her second release right here. This one called Right or Wrong. Title track is amazing. This is, of course, a mint copy. There she is, foxy lady. Amazing. Great looking lady. Yeah, awesome. So anyway, what else do we have on this one? No, yeah, No Memories Hanging Around with Rodney Crowell. That was her husband at the time. He plays on this record, of course, and he produced it. Man Smart, Woman Smarter. Grateful Dead, of course, did that version, a great version of that one as well. And thought there was a duet on here with somebody else. No, Big River was the other Grateful Dead song. That's what I was thinking of, not a duet. So, yeah, Big River right there, great tune. And Man Smart, Women Smarter, 2 Grateful Dead tracks. Roseanne making them her own. Really, really, really great record. Great singer, great musician. And she's still around. She's not around with Rodney Crowell anymore. They made it through the 80s into the early 90s and they split. But collaboration was excellent. And apparently they're still friends, which is really nice, right? Isn't that nice? Little Steven, speaking of nice, right? Friend of Tony Soprano. Just got this recently. This was a recommendation from early on from David Atkinson, Music and More. He showed this on a video a long time ago. And I had it on my want list. $3 I got it recently, probably about 5-6 weeks ago. This has been played once a week ever since I got it. Lying in a Bed of Fire. Really just, it sounds like a Springsteen tune. It's really great. Little Steven and the Disciples of Soul. This was their debut here in 1982 on EMI. Just really great. There he is. He's looking pissed off, right? He's like, yeah. Let's see. I'm going to be Silvio someday on The Sopranos, he's thinking there. There's a bunch of collage, pictures of the band. Of course, on EMI. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Little Steven and the Disciples of Soul from 1982. That was right before he was getting ready to jump on stage with Bruce for Born in the USA, right? They'd be doing that 2 years later in 1984. Hard to believe, but time does fly. So there's 3 records that I bought recently. Okay, Brian Jonestown Massacre. Second, Roseanne Cash, Right or Wrong. Little Steven, The Disciples of Soul, their debut. So do that thread. That's going to be 3 records you bought recently that you can't stop playing. You just can't stop doing it. You wake up in the middle of the night, you throw it on, you got to play it. Oh yeah, right here at the Utica Club. So back to these guys, down to Texas, right? From Dallas, Fort Worth, I give you Texas, right? Promo copy. So this was sitting in the, they have like a huge vintage country section on the second floor at Revolver. Jack at the Vinyl Martini. He's going to just have a wild time there going through these bins. And they're all on the cheap. Really good price. $3 to $5 is the average. And all in very good condition. In fact, this one, that's the, $3. Here it is. VG, right? So anyway, I saw this cover and I thought, this doesn't really look like a country album. So I went on allmusic.com. Nothing about these guys. So I thought, that's obscure. So with Google, of course, look up band Texas, blah, blah, blah. So what you get immediately when you look for the band Texas, you get that band from Scotland with the female singer from the 90s. Really good band. Southside was a big record by them. They're a great band. Look them up. But this is a different Texas. So this is more, I got it home, cleaned it up a bit, threw it on. It is great roots rock, right? So these guys, apparently Jimmy Vaughn was a friend of these guys. And they toured with Three Dog Night, one full year of touring with that band. So anyway, back in, would have been 1973, yeah, because that's when this came out. So anyway, this record, when you play 7-piece band, really cool. Speaking of cool shirts, check this dude out. He must be the lead singer. And like blue leather pants. Oh, Colton. Yeah, pretty crazy. That's a cool outfit, right? And with that white jumpsuit that's also going to be rolling out in my fall's over. Spring fashion collections rolling out soon to a store near you on the Bell record label. So this album kicks off with a track called LA Lights. Really great. Look that one up. And Man Oh Man follows it up. And Man Oh Man, is it ever good? This totally plays like a Leonard Skinner, Allman Brothers, kind of like that Southern, but it's not like a Southern fried. It's more rootsy. Just go check it out, man. And it's, like I said, it's a promo copy. Not for sale, but yes, it is for sale. Right here at Revolver. Right there, man. So Texas, right? Well, look at those guys, right? This guy's got like a corduroy suit. I don't know if I'd go for that look with those blue cowboy boots. I don't know. That's not happening. I'm more into that shirt. Yeah. So a lot of fashion in this video. A lot of talk of it. Colton. Yeah, all right, buddy. Jesus Christ. You're driving me nuts. There you go, buddy. All right. Let her rip because he's a smarty cat, right? All right. Happy hour for Colton. What the hell, right? Gotta have a good time, bud. Montrose, right? The third record. So I bought the second one since I moved to Buffalo, and it's a dud. Sammy Hagar, the debut, the self-titled. It's amazing. It's one of the best records in the 1970s. Super heavy rock, awesome. Like, and I'm a big Sammy Hagar fan. Amazing, but he couldn't get along with Ronnie Montrose, of course, lead guitarist, band leader. And so the second record, they were in the studio, was a disaster. And it's just a pretty shitty album. And I kind of checked out. So then I saw this last Saturday. Didn't really know it at all. This is not a blind buy because I do know Montrose. And I kind of looked it up. Colton, Jesus, man. And it sounded like the review was really good. I thought, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. And this new lead singer, this guy down in the center, of course, with the microphone because he's singing, a guy named Bob James. Never heard of him, but of course, Ronnie Montrose still in the band. I think the drum or the bass player was different on this one than on the first two. This guy, Alan Fitzgerald, looks like he should be playing like in a Steely Dan cover band, not in Montrose. Look at that look, right? The beard, and he's just like chilling, and the rest of these guys are rocking out big time. So it's got that look like a you know, one of those movies like Godzilla or that stuff from the 70s. Really, really great looking. That'd make a great poster, wouldn't it? So anyway, yeah, Montrose, man. So on this one, kicks off with a track called Matriarch. Total, like, man, just killer rock and roll. Balls out. It's awesome. I can't recommend that track enough. We were listening to one last night, Colton and I, a track called Whaler. Yeah, it's the final song on side one here. And the name of this record is called, it's just like a movie poster here, Warner Brothers Presents Montrose. Yeah, really great record. This Bob James guy, he's no Sammy Hagar, but man, he can do it. There's the guys on the back. Yeah, so the original, really cool Warner Brothers label right there. Of course, this was $5, and there's no surface noise. There's more surface noise on that Brian Jones, and that's a brand new pressing. Don't you hate that when you spend money on a brand new pressing and it's not pristine, right? And it should be. But anyway, what are you going to do, right? These are the games we play as record collectors, right? So anyway, get on that thread. 3 records you bought recently and you can't stop playing. And and whatever. What else can I tell you? Well, go ahead. It's Friday. Be a smarty cat like Colton. Do it. Because it's Friday, and this is the Utica Club. Yeah, cheers to my vice president from Down Under. A vice president of the Utica Club, that's my friend Keith. Attack from Down Under. I think he's still having his contest, so maybe get over there and give Keith a video for a contest entry for that while you're doing my thread of 3 songs or 3 albums that you bought recently that you can't stop listening to, right? All right, it's 20 minutes. You're probably done listening to me. So that'll do it for a Friday cheers, and we'll see you in the next one.